We don't know what kind of things is it. We don't know the difference between drugs and weed.
Prostitution is legal if it's managed. So the red light district has two phases.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, raise your glass and sing along.
What's up, guys? So this is Tim.
Hello, guys.
So can you explain yourself a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, through the camera.
I am Tim, and I'm from the Netherlands, of course, because Shin is now in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
So I live here at this place. I'm 23, almost 24, and I work as a pilot on Schiphol Airport.
Pilot.
And we met each other in Tokyo when I was traveling.
Mm.
So
That was a nice meeting.
That was nice.
Yeah.
I like to hang around, do cooking, traveling, drinking lemonade, meeting new people.
I asked him to ask some couple of questions about the Netherlands and the culture thing. I would like to ask, first of all, what do you think about the Netherlands?
As a country,
Yeah, as a country.
I like to live here. The Netherlands is very open. The people are really nice, generally.
Yeah, I feel so too.
More in the west of the country, people are more busy with their own stuff, with work, when they get the children from school.
Yeah.
So where I am from, I'm originally from the east. The people are more busy with other people as well. They're more involved with other people's lives.
Okay.
In general, it's good to live in the Netherlands. It's a wealthy country. Everything is available.
I really like this country as well.
Yeah, it's really vibrant.
Because especially you've been to Japan and you can see what's the difference and compared to Japan.
Yeah.
What would you say about some downside and the benefits living here?
The weather.
Mm-hmm.
Because in summer it's alright, but besides summer it's a lot of raining, windy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so especially now in winter and autumn time, you cannot always go outside unless you have a rain jacket.
Yeah.
The other thing is that there are not a lot of downsides. I don't like the weather the most.
Alright, so only the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably I could say like in many countries in Europe though, that the weather is pretty awful sometimes.
Oh, if you go south to Spain or Italy, Greece,
It's much better.
It's much better.
Okay, so...
And we don't have a lot of mountains, or the landscapes are pretty flat.
Okay.
So if you want to do like skiing or snowboarding, you have to go to another country.
Like Switzerland.
Yeah, unless you wanted to do it in a hall.
Yeah.
So inside.
Instead of skiing, they can do some ice skating there.
That's true. It's true. If you want to go ice skating, you have to be in the Netherlands.
Alright, so these are the downside and the benefits you said. What things you like about the Netherlands. So
yeah, the people are in general quite nice. They speak really good English. So if you speak English, you can get around basically everywhere.
Yeah.
Good partying. I guess that's what you want if you are 23, 24.
Yeah. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, you're free to do whatever you want, so you're really free.
But did you see the difference between the partying in Japan and here, like the clubbing or bar?
Yeah, the difference that I noticed was in Japan, many people don't dance.
Yeah,
there are not a lot of people who really express themselves in the way of dancing.
Yeah.
And in Holland, they don't care, especially when they had some beer or a wine or whatever. They go totally wild. And in Japan, it's more reserved. The music, the club, everything is basically the same, but the people are different. In Japan, the people are more reserved.
Yeah, when that's
it's
I've
also
noticed
it's also in expressing their opinion about something.
I think it's the culture difference.
Yeah.
They're mostly.
Yeah, the Dutch are quite direct. What you see is what you get, and if a Dutch person doesn't like something, he will tell you.
Their dialect, like how they dance, how they talk to somebody.
Yeah, everything.
Everything is direct.
Yeah.
So the next question is about smoking weed. So here in Netherlands, it's illegal to do it.
Yeah.
So for us, for Japanese, we think it's a really dangerous thing.
Dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, people might be addicted too much addicted, and they can't stop doing it, and they just ruin their life. We don't know what kind of things is it. We don't know the difference between drugs and weed. So
It is drugs. It is soft drugs. So
Mhm.
you have two different categories: soft drugs and hard drugs.
Yeah.
So it's in the soft drugs. So it's more. Well, I wouldn't say normal here, but it's more acceptable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But even here, people are getting addicted. But the thing is that the government allows it
Yeah.
because otherwise people will farm weed illegally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one way to get. It's a way to control it. So they legalized it to control the trafficking of weed. It's even now that they are thinking about legalizing ecstasy. Yeah, they're thinking about it because especially in the south, Brabant, there's a lot of illegal weed and drug farming. So the government has a hard time to control all the criminals over there who are trying to get their money out of illegal drug business. That's why weed is legal, but I think only 1% of the whole population is like using weed on a daily basis.
Are you talking about the Dutch people, right?
Yeah.
Have you?
I've never tried because of my job, of course. So.
Yeah. So he's a pirate, so he's not allowed to smoke weed. So he has never smoked before.
No, once in a half year or when they go to a party, but not in their daily lives.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I mean, I feel so.
it's a rough estimate, but something like that.
Yeah, hearing from my friend's opinion, I think it's just a couple of times.
Yeah.
Or
It's mostly known for the tourists because the tourists the only thing they hear is in Amsterdam you can get weed.
Mhm.
So all the Dutch must smoke weed because it's legal, so it's easily accessible. But it is easily accessible. You just walk into a shop and you can get some.
Mhm.
But it doesn't mean that the whole Dutch population is on the weed.
Yeah, so mostly it's for tourists.
Yeah, like a lot of people coming from England, Germany, Italy, France. They come here for the weekend and then they do what they want that they cannot do in their home country.
Yeah, I mean, that feels a little bit safer because
Mhm.
it's legal here.
Yeah.
Can you describe about the coffee shop?
Basically, in every big city in the Netherlands, there are some coffee shops.
Mm-hmm.
So, a coffee shop, you cannot get coffee over there. So that's the difference. You cannot
Yeah.
get coffee.
Yeah.
So if you walk in there, you can get weed and chill there, or sometimes you get some other stuff, but I don't know the exact details because I've never been in one.
Yeah.
But it's a shop where you can legally buy soft drugs.
Any other shops? Only coffee shops.
Yeah, the coffee shops are only there for the supply of weed.
Yeah.
So you cannot get it in a grocery store, only in coffee shops.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's even legal to have 3 marijuana weeds like plants in your room, but only 3, something like that.
You mean 3 is maximum?
Yeah, like 3 plants
Oh,
for
okay.
own personal use.
So if you guys live with 3 people, like 9 could be maximum. Like something
No,
like
I think
that.
it's 3 per house.
3 per
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I see. Okay. So I have 2 more questions.
sure.
Okay. The other one is the Red Light District.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this district, what or I want you to talk about your knowledge and what do you think about it, the business in Netherlands.
The business.
It's also legal here.
Yeah, it's legal. Prostitution is legal if it's managed. So you won't see girls on the streets. So they're always in houses or
Yeah.
apartments, as you have seen.
Mhm.
And what I think about it, the red light district has 2 phases.
Mhm.
One is that it brings money for the girls, money from the tourists. So it's on that way it's good, but it also brings crime
Yeah.
because most of the girls they don't want to be there. They're there to make money.
Mhm.
They're mostly not from the Netherlands. They're
Yeah.
from East Europe.
Okay.
And this is the only way to live. So in that way, I don't think it's a good thing. But it fits with the image of Amsterdam. It's part of Amsterdam now, and I think it should be there.
Yeah.
But I think it has 2 phases, and that's what most of the people don't know that go in there.
But it's the same story. It's most of customers are from foreign countries, not the Dutch people.
Yeah,
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
tourists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because it's around the tourist area.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
So sometimes there's human trafficking, and that's something that the government of Amsterdam really dislikes about it. So that's why they were thinking about maybe shutting the place down or moving it to another area, or so they're now thinking about a solution. Also because it's for the because the red light district it's not an area for there are also people living in the red light district.
Yeah,
And they, of course they have to they live there the whole life probably, and but there are a lot of tourists there who sometimes break some stuff or puke on the streets or break your windows or whatever. I mean, I don't mind that if you voluntarily want to sell your body, if you like your job, you should do it definitely. But it brings some negative issues as well. What do you think about it?
The prostitute is we have some places to buy some girls in Japan, but that's always in the hidden place, not the obvious place, like on the main streets, or some girls earn a lot of money because of it. But speaking of our country, most of them are Japanese, right? There's some places for like only foreign girls are working with it, but most of places are only like Japanese girls, like who needs money or who has to work because they're very poor. So I think the problems is kind of similar. Okay, so I think us talking about the Netherlands it's done.
It's over.
But like I'd like to hear about Japanese.
About Japanese.
What do you think about? What do you come up with like when you hear about Japanese? I guess you have a lot of ideas about it. And
Japan is one of my favorite countries. I really like the people. They're really polite.
Yeah.
And they really welcoming. At least towards me.
Yeah.
Like for example, I was walking on the streets in Kyoto and I was walking with my map and I couldn't find the hostel.
Yeah.
And immediately there was a Japanese woman who helped me out, and the food is really nice. And although I think the cities are one of the biggest cities in the world, I guess the Japanese don't shout or it's all really organized.
Yeah.
And that's what I really liked about it. Sometimes it wasn't hard to get around, but not all the Japanese were talking English really well. But you will get there in any way, and they're always wanted to help, and
That's
a lovely
good.
country.
What about Dutch people?
The Dutch people, they want to work hard.
Yeah.
They want to excel in everything. As I told you, they're really direct.
Yeah.
They will tell you what they think. That's, I guess, the basic Dutch.
Okay. 今後もこういった話題に関しては、現地の人にインタビューしたりとか、そういう、情報発信もしていこうと思うんで、もしよかったら今回の動画のコメントとかしてもらえると嬉しいです。あとは Like と Subscribe も、よろしくお願いします。それじゃあ See you guys next time.